Good day all. We're finally coming to the end of this course, Microsoft Excel. I'm sure you're learning a lot. So today, we're learning Excel Automation Module 8. And in this course, we'll be learning the meaning and purpose of Excel automation. We'll be learning introduction to macros in Excel. We'll be learning recording and running macros. We'll also be looking at saving macro-enabled workbooks. We're looking at auto formatting and reporting tasks. We'll also be looking at macro safety and responsible use. Let's get down to it. Now, Excel automation is the use of tools, especially macros, to perform tasks automatically. So the purpose of automation basically is to automate repetitive tasks, reduce manual effort, improve consistency, increase productivity, and all of that. Now, what are macros in Excel? A macro is a recorded set of actions that Excel repeats automatically. Excel watches what you do and saves the step. That's what macros is. An example of task macros can include formatting tables, adjusting column width, applying borders and colors, setting print layouts, and preparing reports that we have looked at in previous module. Now, you do not need to write a code to use macros at beginner level. You don't need to. Excel can record your actions. Now, first, you need to enable the developer tab. Now, go to File. Now, go to Options. Options. Look for Options. There you go. Now, go to Customize Ribbon. Okay. Now, look for Developer. Click Developer, it's off. Then OK. So you now see Developer tab here. Good. Now, let's look at automatically formatting the table, right? Now, let's go to record macro. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's call it format reports, right? Okay. Then, we'll use the shortcut. Let's say Control T. Let's call it. Let's say Control C. Okay. All right. So, stored in this workbook. Yeah, it's already stored in your workbook. All right. So, click OK. The recording has started. Now, perform the actions. So let's create a table first. Let's create a table. Let me say name and score. Okay. Now let me say name A, B, C, D. Score 76. Score 21. Score 16. Score 47. Score 6. Now, let me create a table out of this. Okay. Okay. Insert table. Okay, this is the table now. Now, let me adjust the headers. Let me adjust the headers. Okay. Let me build in the header. Wait. Let me put in the headers and all of that. Okay. Now, let me add borders and all of that. Put headers. Let me go back to design of this table. Okay, let me change the color to this, and all of that. So let me just do a lot of things. Then, let me resize the table. Okay, let me select the table first. Okay, let me do other things too. Okay, basically, then I'll stop my macro from running, stop recording. Now, how do you how do I run the macro? Go to the macro that I've recorded. Now, select the macro, then run. Okay, let me click it in and select the macro, then run. Showing error. Okay, let me close that. Let me close it. Let me see. Okay, let me open another one to try. So I go to my developer option, I go to my macro, I run. Okay, good. You see that it brought up all my sheets. You can see that for yourself, right? You see those calls that I recorded. So let me put that sheet and try it out. So macro, so run. You see that? So that's what I recorded before, and now it's running. You can see that that's what I recorded in this place, and now it's running. So that's what a macro is, right? Now, let's go to automating, formatting, and report tasks. Macros are commonly used for monthly reports. They don't have to bother starting from scratch. You can use it for weekly summaries. You can use it for repetitive formatting. You can use it for dashboard protection. That's what the macro is used for. Now, I'm sure in this module, you can use this macro to run any. Let me use another example. Let me record another macro so that it's easier to understand. Now, let's say I'm using name or I'm using products. I'm using sales. I'm using products GW. I'm using products SE. I'm using product XY. Okay. I'm using product ZX. So this was 10,000. This was 12,000. This is 8,000. Right? The next one is the table. Okay. Table. All right. Now this is the table now. Right? Now, let me on my macro. Let me record macro. Let me call it products. Okay. Now, I've recorded this macro. This is what I want it to look like. I didn't change anything. So I stopped recording my macro. Now let me open control and open a new workbook. Then I go to my macro, developer, go to my macro. I look for this product. Then I run. Okay. Because I did not do any formatting, let me see. I didn't do any formatting in my last in this text. I didn't do any formatting. So let's do that again. Let's go to developer, let's go to record macro. Let's call it product utilities. Okay, now it's recording. Now let me highlight this. Let me go to the design of this. Let me turn this to an entirely different format. This, then let me enable this. Okay. Let me just summarize the private table. Okay. Let me use this. Okay, then let me stop recording. All right, now let me open new worksheet. So let me go to use macro. Okay, let me click this. Let me run. Okay, it's still showing error. So basically, we have learned how to use macro in Excel, and automation is very important. It reduces stress by giving you repetitive tasks instead of starting again from scratch. So I'll see you in the next module.